All right, let's talk about the big one, the question that every single new creator asks themselves. How in the world do you get views when you're starting with 0 subscribers? It's a huge challenge, and today we're going to break down exactly how to overcome it.
This is the question. It's what everyone wants to know from successful YouTubers, and it feels like a total paradox, right? You need views to get subscribers, but you don't have subscribers to give you views. Well, today, we're going to crack that code by looking at the playbook of someone who figured it out.
So, the advice we're diving into today comes from YouTuber Manoj Day, and yeah, you're seeing that right, 7 million subscribers. So he's clearly doing something right. But here's the most important part. He started at 0 just like everyone else. So let's look at exactly how he got from 0 to, well, this. So yeah, this first part is all about that huge initial hurdle. When you have no subscribers, getting even a handful of views can feel completely impossible. But figuring out how to get that first spark is the key that unlocks everything else. I want you to really let this sink in. Every huge channel you watch, every creator you admire, they all started at 0. They all had a video with 10 views. They all stood exactly where you might be right now. It's not magic. It's a process.
Okay, so let's get into our case study here. We're going to walk through Manoj Day's actual story, because his experience gives us a real practical roadmap. This isn't just some theory, This is what he actually did to get his channel off the ground. So picture this. It's 2016, and Manoj starts making videos in a part of India where almost nobody was doing it. In fact, he was so shy about it, he didn't even tell people what he was doing, because they just wouldn't get it. And look at that contrast, from being too shy to share his work to building a community of millions. That's the journey we're here to understand.
All right, here we go. This is the core of it, the actionable stuff. We're calling these tricks because that's really what they are. They're smart, specific tactics you can use to get YouTube's algorithm to notice you when you don't have an audience to do it for you.
So how does this whole algorithm thing even work when you're brand new? Well, it's actually pretty simple. When you post a video, YouTube shows it to a tiny group of people, like maybe 5 or 10. If those people click and watch for a while, YouTube goes, oh, okay, people like this, and it shows it to more people. If they scroll past it, your video basically dies right there. So your only job at the very beginning is to make sure that tiny group watches.
So here are the 3 main tricks Manoj Day used to get those first crucial views. First, you've got to watch your own videos. Second, you share them but strategically. And third, you jump on trending topics. Let's break each one of these down.
Okay, so this first trick, I know it's going to sound a little weird, but stick with me. It is a direct way to send a really powerful signal to the YouTube algorithm. The whole idea is to feed the system good data right from the start, telling it, hey, this video is worth watching. So how do you actually do this? Well, you basically create your own little perfect audience. You make a few extra email accounts, and as soon as you upload your video, you log into each one and watch your video all the way through. You can even mute it. It just needs to play to the end. If you do this 20, 25 times, you're building a really strong initial watch time score. You're basically giving the algorithm the proof it needs to start sharing your video more widely.
The second trick is something you just gotta do, even if it feels a little awkward at first. You have to share your work. Just hoping people will magically find you, well, that's not a strategy. You have to be proactive and actually put your video in front of people's eyes.
But, and this is a big but, where you share matters. Don't just spam your link to your family and friends. You need to find relevant communities. Think about it. Are there Facebook groups or pages dedicated to your video's topic? Are there WhatsApp groups where people are already talking about this stuff? You want to share it where it adds value, not where it feels like an ad. This is how you build your own little launchpad.
And finally, trick number 3, which is an absolute game changer. Make videos about things people are already searching for. Instead of trying to create interest from nothing, you tap into interest that's already there. It's about working smarter. This is hands down the fastest way to get discovered when no one has any idea who you are.
And here's the perfect example from Manoj's own experience. His first tech video that really took off wasn't some super complicated review. It was about a popular payment app that was offering a little bit of money to sign up. It was a hot topic that people were actively searching for. He just rode that wave of interest, and it brought him a flood of new viewers.
Okay, so you use these tricks, you get your first 50, maybe 100 views. That's awesome. But what happens next? It's so important to get this. These tricks are just the kickstart. They get the engine going, but you're the one who has to actually drive.
Think of it this way. The initial boost, getting from 5 views to 50, that's all about the tricks. But real, long-term growth, getting from 50 to 500 and beyond, that depends entirely on you. The tricks get the algorithm's attention, your content is what has to keep it.
So once you have that little bit of attention, the spotlight is officially on you. Now your focus has to shift to the real craft of being a creator. That means making amazing thumbnails people can't help but click, learning how to write great titles and descriptions, and, most importantly, always working to make your actual videos better. The goal is to make something so good that the next person who finds you has no choice but to subscribe.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's boil it all down into a super simple, actionable game plan. This is what you can do starting today.
Here it is, your 4-step plan. First, find a trending topic and make an awesome video about it. 2, the second it goes live, give it that little boost with the self-watch trick. 3, share it strategically where people will care. And 4, maybe the most important step of all, don't just sit back. Start thinking about how to make your next video even better. That right there is the real engine for growth.
So, as we wrap up, I'm just going to leave you with this. The theory is done, the game plan is right in front of you. The only thing left to do is, well, do it. So the real question isn't how to get views, it's what's your next trending topic going to be.